Hey fellas, Rusty here, and today we're going to be taking a peek at a Stockman. This Stockman is from Parker Cutco. Now, I don't really know who that is. I assume by the eagle here that it's Parker of James Parker, and that's what everybody seems to be. You know, when you locate these out there, it's called a Brahma Stockman, and a Brahma is a breed of cow, and that's what we have here is a tang edge of probably a bull or a steer, but it's very highly polished. Now, secondly, I don't know, it says surgical steel in Japan. So if you guys are following me, you might know that James Parker was involved in many collaborations. He had some of his knives made in Japan, and while he was over there networking and so on, he had some contacts, and he was buying Japanese steel and having the knives made in America. So I'm not sure if this is made in Japan or if it's made in the USA. I don't even know if it's made by James Parker in Parker Knives, because Parker Cutlery was started in 1968 by a couple different people. But I think Parker Cutco might be something there's two of. It's a dual spring, about 3 7/8 with sandalwood, and it's done very nicely. Very smooth transitions. The liners, the build quality is very good. These ones are running anywhere from $50 to $75 on eBay. And I would place it in the mid 80s, early to mid 80s, maybe even late 70s. You can definitely see. So Japanese steel might be something like Oz 8 or Oz 6. So both these blades have nice openings and they lock up very nicely. We can see if we compare that to what's my case that I like, the 6347. That thing is tight. It's smooth across the back. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's got some spring back, some pushback. Look at those blades, how they are not rubbing one another. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about, and we'll get to the last one. And let's see here. So all of them have good spring action. This particular one has a little bit blade play. Not bad, but I did promise a viewer what I would say is, so if you shake it and you can feel it, this is what I saw in a video, and I can feel movement, then that's blade play. If you take and you shake this one, I don't feel that movement. So that's when your blade play maybe should be addressed if you got too much. I'm not going to do that. I can live with this. But there's a sandalwood on this side. And let's go ahead and get our comparison knife out. So I don't have a lot of knives in wood. Not a lot of Stockman. Well, a lot of knives, period. This particular one is a 1995 Bear MGC in rosewood. I bought this one at a local shop. I want to say it's a 1995. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that is Bear & Son does quite often they do rosewood. Notice the 1 pin instead of the 3. And it should be, looks like we got a high spring here. It's actually not built quite as well as the Japanese. That one's advertised to be made in Seki, Japan. S-E-K-I. And this one has a little bit of my microfiber rag. Somehow I do a nice job of sticking my microfiber rag. It always seems to get caught in there. Now, if this is of the James Parker knives, then this knife is an ancestor to this knife. What do you mean, Rufty? Well, in 1982, James Parker partnered with Fane Edwards, and they had the Parker Edwards knives. That's a lazy. Anyways, they lasted together for 2 years, and you can hear that snap. In 1984, they even built a new factory. And Fane, his claim to fame is that he did Alabama Damascus. Still gets credit for that. Alabama Damascus is the same Damascus steel you'll find in Bear & Son, Parker knives, and Case knives. One of the only USA-made Damascus steels. So we're flush across this on my Japanese one, and not quite there. So, with the separation of that, Fane took over the factory in Jacksonville, Alabama. I'm gonna shut down for the noise. All right, sorry about that. So, anyway, Fane, the factory became Bear MGC. So the 3 managers of Fane Edwards factory went on to start Bear MGC, which in 2004 became Bear & Son. So, little tidbit of information as to why this knife has a little bit of a, shall we say, what ancestry, if you will, genes, that kind of thing. Rosewood here, sandalwood there. Which wood do you guys like better? I can tell you this much. This blade here is highly, I mean, that's mere polished, fellas. So, beautiful. How's this one look? Anyways, I think we'll be done. Thanks for joining the Miner.